welcome to the T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas. Once again, a referee in charge, Thomas Taylor, now to give instructions.
On September 13th, 2025, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas was more than just packed. It was shaking with excitement. This wasn't just another fight night. It felt like the world was watching. Canelo Alvarez, Mexico's boxing hero, stood across from Terence Crawford, the master technician from Omaha, battling for the undisputed super middleweight title.
Yeah, amazing, boys. Thank you. Good luck tomorrow.
The hype had been building for months. Rumors spread that Canelo signed a deal worth over $100 million. It was the biggest single payday ever for a Mexican athlete, turning this fight into a record-breaking moment before a punch was even thrown.
For the first time, a Mexican sports figure with a guaranteed purse of at least $100 million. How do you feel about that?
No, you get the number wrong. The contract between us and Canelo more than that.
Saudi promoter Turkey Al-Sheikh later revealed the real figure was even higher, calling it historic. On the other side, Crawford faced endless doubts. Critics said he was too small for the division and past his prime at 37. But at weigh-in, his shredded 167.5 pound frame said it all. Bud was ready to shock the boxing world.
167.5 pounds for Terence Bud Crawford.
As the lights dimmed, tension filled the air. Canelo's entrance was classic, calm, confident, and intimidating, like a movie villain stepping into his own kingdom. His walk was slow and calculated, like a predator heading to its prey. Mexican flags filled the air as chants of Canelo, Canelo echoed. Moments later, Crawford appeared. No smile, no distractions. His eyes were locked on the ring, as if he was walking straight into his destiny. The cheers were loud, but what stood out most was Crawford's calm confidence despite being labeled the underdog. The crowd was split in half. One side roared for Canelo with flags waving. The other chanted Bud, Bud with equal passion. It felt like fans weren't just watching. They were living every moment before the fight began.
I want a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times, above all, protect yourself at all times.
Puncher's chance.
When Terence is counterpunching, he's coming out on that.
The opening bell rang and silence swept through the arena. Both fighters started carefully, sizing each other up. Canelo planted his feet and fired stiff jabs, then hammered a heavy body shot to set the tone. Crawford stayed composed, answering with slick left counters. When Canelo landed a sharp hook to the ribs, the sound echoed through the stadium.
Oh, comes forward, and Bud Crawford was hurt. And the ruling that
Terence coming in, or when he's waiting, he landed that shot right on the chin. He hurt Terence bad.
Crawford didn't even blink. His expression stayed cold as he stepped back, reset, and pumped his jab to keep Canelo honest. By the close of the first round, it was clear that Canelo had set the early pace and looked like the man in control.
5'8", but he fights as a longer fighter. And Crawford's landing 30%. He had a 19-10.
The second round saw Crawford adjust quickly. His footwork picked up as he circled away from danger and fired sharp combos. Canelo kept pressing, throwing thudding shots to the body and short hooks. But Bud's angle frustrated him. Then came the moment. A perfectly timed counter right hand from Crawford that landed flush.
Oh, nice jab. We've reached the midpoint as a nice right uppercut when you have a conventional fighter. And there is Canelo dropping with a straight right.
The arena erupted as Alvarez blinked in surprise. He wasn't shaken, but he was caught. He forced Crawford to the ropes, blasting the body as fans roared. The round ended in wild exchanges. Bud's precision against Canelo's power. Canelo marched forward, cutting off the ring with pressure. A clean uppercut landed, and the stadium roared even louder.
6, 7, 8. Box.
As educated, right. Canelo will have to cut off the ring. He takes the left hand and then comes in and shoved around.
But Crawford didn't lose focus. He slipped off the line and drilled a crisp 1-2 straight down the middle, reminding the crowd he wasn't just there to survive. He was there to fight.
Nearly floored him there on the bell of a dunk. All that centering on the relationship of trainer-fighter. That time he came forward and Bud nailed him. Right hook.
26-0, 14. There's a big right hand that drops.
Will try to hurt him.
Commentators pointed out how steady Crawford looked against Canelo's power. His patience and ring IQ was shining through. By the fourth round, Bud wasn't hanging on anymore. He was taking control. His jab snapped sharp, his timing looked perfect, and his confidence was growing by the second.
Here, another big right hand by Canelo. The right hand lead against the lefty.
Last round from Bud Crawford. That was the signature punch of that second round.
Out there, and also the
guy got tossed out.
They're both exchanging body shots, it seems.
Canelo lunged with a wild right and missed badly, drawing gasps from the crowd. Crawford countered instantly with a clean shot that rattled champion. For the first time, frustration showed on Canelo's face. Fans felt the shift. The underdog wasn't just competing, he was controlling the pace. The fifth began with both fighters trading bombs at center ring. Canelo cracked Bud with a thunderous hook that made him stumble. The crowd gasped, but Crawford bit down and fired back, unloading a vicious combo that pushed Canelo back.
If the response is to hit back, trying to get him to open up so that he can counterpunch him, this is unusual.
Coming in, trying to land the right hand. Change the trajectory.
The crowd went crazy. Some begged for Canelo to finish him. Others screamed for Bud's courage. When the bell rang, the fight's intensity was on another level. Both had felt the other's power, and tension filled the air. By the sixth, Crawford's movement was dazzling. He slid around the ring, slipping punches and striking with pinpoint counters.
Good uppercut by Alvarez again and then back.
Canelo kept pressing forward, but his punches had less snap. Ringside analysts noticed what fans were whispering. Canelo's legs looked slower, his timing a little off. Was age finally catching up with him? Meanwhile, Crawford was on fire. His jab was razor sharp, his combos crisp, and his defense flawless.
And suddenly we have toe-to-toe here.
See him lay on that left side.
Punching between.
Bud wasn't just handling Canelo's pressure anymore. He was controlling the action. Knowing the tide was shifting, Canelo tried to rally with a furious attack to the body. Hooks thudded against Bud's ribs, drawing cheers from his fans. But just as Canelo seemed to pin him down, Crawford unleashed a brutal right hook that snapped his head back.
Punches and a flush.
With another look at it right here. Terence following him out.
The punch landed so clean it briefly silenced Canelo's supporters before the arena exploded again. Commentators shouted as Crawford began to take command. Both men were exhausted, breathing hard between exchanges. This wasn't strategy anymore. It was about willpower. Canelo dug deep and landed a sharp uppercut inside. But Crawford stayed composed, slipping shots and landing precise counters again and again.
There you see a hard jab from Canelo.
The difference was becoming clear. Crawford wasn't just busier, he was smarter. He dictated the pace, making Canelo chase him. By the ninth, Bud ramped up the offense, throwing rapid 3 and 4 punch combos. Canelo tried to answer with big shots, but Bud's movement left him swinging at air. Every miss was punished with a stinging counter. Commentators started to admit what was happening. The fight was slipping away from Canelo.
Free up your hands.
Setting traps for him.
Left hand.
The atmosphere inside Allegiant Stadium was electric. Fans knew history was unfolding. Crawford dominated, landing stiff jabs that snapped Canelo's head back, followed by Chris hooks that drew groans. Canelo's face told the story, swelling around the eye, bruises on his cheek, and his shots no longer carrying danger. Each moment looked like Crawford was carving his legacy.
To the body from Crawford.
But Canelo now knows what the
41 of the wins for.
He was proving that discipline and skill could dismantle one of boxing's toughest champions. It felt inevitable. Bud was close to greatness. Still, Canelo fought with pride, digging hard shots to the body that reminded fans why he was one of the best. But Bud wouldn't be denied. He fired back with precise counters that staggered the Mexican star.
Canelo, 26.
Let him up.
The crowd gasped as analysts shouted that Crawford was outboxing Canelo Alvarez. By the end of the round, one thing was clear. Canelo needed a knockout. Crawford only needed to stay composed. The final round carried a sense of destiny. Fans were on their feet, screaming. Canelo swung wildly, searching for the one punch to save him. But Bud stayed cool, slipping, pivoting, and landing sharp counters every time.
Been honored by the boxing wins. His power punch, that left hook is deadly.
Crawford's punches weren't desperate. They were clean, efficient, and accurate. He managed the distance, punished mistakes, and left no doubt whose night it was. When the final bell rang, both men raised their hands. But the truth was written on their faces. One man looked drained. The other looked like history was his. The arena fell silent as the cards were read. Winner by unanimous decision, Terence "Bud" Crawford.
Crawford on the attack. That's it. It's over. It's over. We celebrated it on Bud Crawford on top of the world.
The eruption was deafening. Fans screamed in shock and joy. Crawford had dethroned Canelo Alvarez. Bud jumped to his corner, arms high, tears in his eyes. He had proven himself not only as pound-for-pound elite, but as a man who silenced every critic about his size and age. Canelo, bruised but respectful, embraced Bud. Their respect was clear, but questions lingered. Was this Canelo's decline? Or would he come back? Headlines captured it all. Crawford stuns Canelo, a new king rises.
It's tricky. I want Crawford to win, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. You know, I would like for that to happen, but this guy's a hard puncher. He's a smart fighter. He can move.
Mike Tyson's prediction echoed after the fight. His last-minute switch was right. Crawford by decision. Tyson wasn't cocky about it. He told reporters, "I wanted Bud to win, and tonight he showed the world what greatness looks like."
Where I'm from, they say BTA, belt the ass, but I tell them I'm the buckle. It hurt more.
Oscar de la Hoya quickly joined the conversation. He praised Crawford's discipline, but hinted that Canelo's once unbeatable aura might be fading. Bud was brilliant, he said, but Canelo wasn't the same fighter he was a few years back. That contrast made the fight so fascinating.
Terence, in the Crawford fight, in the Charlo fight, I wasn't really impressed with Canelo.
Hasim Rahman echoed the sentiment. He said Crawford's ring IQ was unmatched. He made Canelo miss. He made him pay. That's pure skill, not luck. Social media exploded. Some called it Crawford's masterpiece. Others argued it was a night Canelo finally slowed down. Fans were split. Was it Bud's genius or father time?
Performance bonus that night is going to be over 6 figures. We're still talking about it. So, yeah, it's going to be a big number. Whoever wins the performance bonus of the night that night.
And then there was Dana White. His $100,000 bonus talk had stirred controversy before the fight. But by the end, that story faded. The night belonged to Crawford. Celebrities like LeBron James, Shaquille O'Neal, and Jean-Claude Van Damme were seen stunned in the crowd. One star said, "This wasn't just a fight, it was a coronation." As fans poured out of Allegiant Stadium, emotions ran high. Some hugged, some argued, but everyone knew they had seen history. At 37, fighting above his natural weight, Crawford had delivered a masterclass. Precision, control, composure. He showed it all against a man once thought unbeatable. Canelo left battered but proud, thanking his team and Bud for the fight. He offered no excuses, but speculation grew. Would he fight again? Would there be a rematch? Or was this the start of the end for a legend? As the Vegas lights dimmed, One question remained. Was this the passing of the torch, or will Canelo rise again? Share your thoughts in the comments. For the best boxing updates, subscribe to Knockout Updates, turn on notifications, and check out our other videos. Until next time, peace